Hey everybody, this is Jewelyn. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my home here in Santa Monica, California, and welcome to my long-awaited greenhouse tour, wrapping up 2019, what is currently living in the greenhouse. And this is something that I've been wanting to share on the channel, but I've been waiting for my grandma to come here so she can help me overhaul the greenhouse and look through all of the babies. So it's a very fun project. If you haven't watched a clean with me video with my grandma, go ahead and check it out. I think it's 2 videos prior to this one. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a tour. I'm gonna step back behind the camera so you can see what's going on in here. And I believe I have about 150 babies inside of the greenhouse, and on the side these babies live in here either because I'm propagating them, they're in rehab, or I just like having them in here because they do better. And I like having extra babies on hand, whether I'm selling, trading, or gifting throughout the year. So it's just nice to have this greenhouse. I'll link any of the greenhouse videos in my description box so you can just see the history of what's been going on with this cool greenhouse that I have living in front of my studio. All right, so this is the greenhouse, and my grandma did something really cool which I didn't take notice until we were emptying out yesterday, but she put the Velcro tapes around the wire racks to hold them still, because that was a problem when I had put that together, that it was slipping and sliding everywhere. So this is the current look, and I will talk about what's currently outside of the greenhouse before we get in there. So here up in the front, I just have a bunch of jades that I just picked up, and I threw them in a planter. These are just fallouts from the tree. Because it's so windy, I always pass by the tree and there's tons of fallouts, so I'm gonna have to propagate this. It's a planter full of cuttings and I like saving them. And then this is a beautiful flapjack, and my grandma put it in a nursery planter because it wasn't doing good. And look, there's little babies here. And don't mind, my tree gives lots of trash. Looks like 2 babies down there, so it's doing better. So, and on the right side of my greenhouse, there's prickly babies here. So this is my beautiful, I like to call it my domino opuntia. I don't know how else to explain him any better than he looks like a domino opuntia. I don't know the exact idea on it, but a bunch of my subscribers have cuttings from this particular mother plant. My plant friends do. It's just really fun and interesting. Take a look at just the dimension of it. If you look up close, there's lots of small little pricks on him, so I try to not touch him, and that's why he's in a nursery planter. And I just look at him from afar. And then these are all cuttings that I'm propagating. So I have Arizona babies in here, I have some opuntias, I have night blooming cactus babies from Tanya, and an opuntia that she gave me. But we'll see, I might re-gift the plant because I have one big opuntia, if you watch my plant tour, from the same mother plant of hers, and I really don't need 2. So we'll see, maybe I can gift it away to one of my plant friends this year. But for now, it's there. And I also have an opuntia here from Kira's mother's place in Las Vegas. So just propagated prickly babies out here. Now, I did a little bit of reorganizing in the greenhouse, and sometimes I do have hanging plants on the top, but right now I don't have anything hanging. So everything on the left side is cacti and succulents, and everything on the right side is houseplants. So let's go ahead and talk about everything that's currently living on the top shelf. So back here you see I have some totem pole cacti. So these are the 3 that I still have, that I've been rooting up since I got them in Arizona from the mother plant. A bunch of my plant friends also have gotten presents from me over a year ago, and I have the 2 larger ones in planters, which you see in my planter in front of my home. And right here up front, I have a bunch of babies from Jewelyn, my subscriber. So the kalanchoe, this succulent, which I don't know what it is. I also have some like cacti here, as well as I think this is a sedum that she gave me. So these are all from Jewelyn. There's a bunch on the first shelf from her. Some echeverias, some aloe. I think this one is from Tanya. I can easily plant this up in my next planting with Jewelyn. Propagated senecio from my mother plant that I did in a planting with Jewelyn. This is my backup string of pearls, and as you can see, it's turning pink from the sun, which is super cool. Then here I have more babies from Jewelyn. So from Jewelyn, and the ripsalis from Jewelyn. And I sometimes double up the planters like this if I can. for temporary housing. This is just a silver dollar vine from my mother plant. So there's a bunch of cuttings up here from Plant Friends, and I try to have like the trailing plants on the top. So that's everything up there. Here I have some Stapelia cuttings from Jewelyn that's doing really good. I have some donkey's tail up here, probably from my mother plant. My Cressula multicava's here now because it wasn't doing good in the planter, so I took it out, but it looks like it's recovering. Jelly bean sedums, which was a stowaway from one of the plants that I purchased recently. I also have propagated string of dolphins here, and that's from my mother plant. This is my bear paw, and it had an accident from the rain, and one of the planters had hit it and it fell to pieces, so trying to recover that. I got some interesting things here, some campfire jade. This is also here from Jewelyn back here. These are from Jewelyn. And I have some kalanchoes, I have some squills, some string of buttons and echeveria, probably hiding somewhere around here. I have an aeonium back here. So just different things that I'm trying to grow. Now, everything down here, let's talk about what's going down here. I have a variegated elephant's bush, and I'm scared to repot him because I had to take him out of his original planter because it wasn't doing good. So since I put it in the greenhouse in a nursery planter, it grew back its leaves, so I just kind of want to let it be. I have a little baby's variegated Joseph's coat down here from my mother plant. More elephant's bush. I believe this is some kind of cressula. I have some campfire jade back here, and then more just babies that I've been propagating. I have a little propeller plant. This is the only thing I have left from my original one. The mother plant died in the rain earlier this year while I was in Egypt. And I believe I got this cressula cutting from Mercari a while back. And I'm trying to think, what is that right there? I think that could be my Frydek. And other than that, just little things here and there, some cressula, some kalanchoes, echeverias. This is my happy bean, my peperomia, what's left of it, never again. A rickrack cutting. So these are also from Jewelyn as well. I don't know if they're rooted yet. And then I just have little things here, my begonia trying to find itself here. I have some fire stick. This is my fun echeveria that me and Catherine got matching plants from Lakewood. This is also a plant cutting from Jewelyn, so you see a lot of her plant cuttings that she gave me is in here. And this is my Tradescantia. I don't know what happened, but it's trying to grow back. I always have some ripsalices here and there growing. This is the current vibe. I don't know why he's sad, but this is my variegated rubber plant, what's left of it. And this is the Diphambachia that Kira gave me as a rescue, and this has been a headache plant of mine, so I try to not deal with it, let it stay here. And then I have my Regal Shield Alocasia. This thing goes in and out of my greenhouse, so that's the current look of it now. And then down here I have some begonias, Tradescantias, trying to recover here. My Dracaena, I have variegated peperomias, umbrella plant. This is my oxalis, which you've seen in my 12 plants for the year that I'm struggling with. And back here I have some anthurium babies, and that's kind of the vibe on this section. I try to give my plants as much chance to try to recover and grow, because I just feel bad for them. Every plant baby counts. I also got some sansevieras down there I'm propagating. Okay, so in this second shelf here, there's some interesting things happening here. My Peperomia Metallica, I have Pilea babies back here from my mother plant, some oxalis, the burgundy and the sunset. They're gonna live in here full time. As you can see, the oxalis is a very hard plant to take care of. Like, the sunset is not doing good, and then my burgundy one is doing a lot better, but they're gonna live in here full time. Tradescantia cuttings, spider plant babies, and what else I have here that's interesting. This is the variegated Sigonium from my subscriber that just never did good with me from the get-go, and you've seen that in my 12 plants for the year I'm struggling with. So that's everything in this section. Mix of interesting things here. Now let's talk about everything in this section here. So these are the Hoyas that I'm propagating. All of these are up for sale if anybody's interested, and I like propagating them whenever I have a chance. So I have Carnosa Tricolor, Crinkle 8. I have my last Hoya Obovata. This one is for sale. I sold all the rest, over 30 of them. My Peperomia Angulata and my Peperomia Variegated Scandin. Here I have just a little Caldex baby. And then this is what's left of my Squama Forum, which I think this leaf is gonna probably die off soon, but I'm gonna try to save this section and see what happens. I don't know why it dropped all 20 something leaves. So that's everything on this side of the greenhouse. Whatever. So this is the overview of the greenhouse and everything on the side of it. So prickly babies on the right, and I have a mixture of cacti, succulents, and houseplants in here. So this is a lot of plant babies that I'm trying to either save, propagate, or need to live in the greenhouse because they do better in here. It's a mixture of interesting plant babies, and as we were working with the plants yesterday and they were all out here, I was like, Grandma, this could be someone's whole collection. There's like 150 plants here. So it's just interesting to see the backside of plant life. And although they're not in beautiful planters in and around my space, I still take pride in trying to do my best with them. And I like to go into the greenhouse at least once a day or every other day to see how they're doing. And hopefully in the upcoming year, a lot of the plants will be able to be saved. And hopefully I don't have to throw any of them away if they don't do good with me. But I try my best to do the best I can for them. And I hope you guys enjoyed this greenhouse tour. I know it's a very quick and short one, but at least I get to go inside of the greenhouse and share with you what's currently the vibe of the greenhouse for the end of 2019. Stay tuned, because maybe in the summer I'll go ahead and do another greenhouse tour, what's currently living in and around the greenhouse, so you can see just the current status of the plant babies in there and what I'm currently growing in here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this greenhouse tour. Thanks so much to my grandma for helping me yesterday with the clean with me, and she's really good at doing these little projects, so I really appreciate her time, and it's nice to have her back in this space. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Subscribe for daily uploads. There's a video that goes live at each and every day at 5 a.m. I have over 500 plants and almost 600 videos. So yeah, this is a good chunk of the collection that you didn't get to see in any of my tours this year. And it's a lot of plants, you know, but I try my best to try to keep these babies alive because they're little investments. I did spend my own money on these plants, so I try to not throw them away if they're not doing good. I want to try at least save them. And it's nice to see them grow really nicely in the greenhouse if it works out for them. It's interesting because there's a handful of plants in here that do better in the greenhouse than in my space, so that's fine. But I hope you found this inspiring. Let me know down in the comments below if you have a greenhouse, or do you have an area where you rehab your plants and propagate them and designate a little section in your home for them, because I'm lucky where I have this space where I have a greenhouse and I have space to have plants in front of my home, so it works out nice for me. So I'm very thankful about that. And it is currently the ending part of December, and it's 60s and sunny here, so the weather is really nice and plant friendly for me. I don't have to winter my plants, so I'm very fortunate about that. And plant life is really good to me here in Southern California, my part of the world. So I hope you found this inspiring. Let me know down in the comments below if you want to see an updated greenhouse tour in the future, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until next time, aloha from Santa Monica, California, and my greenhouse. Bye.